Hi, I'm Josh Cable in the Counterman Education Center. When you get in your car on a sweltering summer day, there's nothing better than cranking up the AC and basking in a blast of cool, dry air coming through the vents. So let's talk about how that happens. The process of cooling the inside of a vehicle is the same process that's used to cool your home, and they both include the same basic elements: a compressor, a condenser, an evaporator, and a system of hoses or tubes. In both situations, the AC system isn't producing fresh cold air. Instead, the system is taking existing hot air, removing the heat and moisture, and recirculating it as cold air. The AC in a vehicle is a sealed system. The compressor is the heart of the AC system, and it's powered by the engine via the serpentine belt. As refrigerant moves through the system, it absorbs heat and cools the air in the vehicle's cabin. It's not quite that simple, but that's the basic premise. Let's take a look at how that happens. When you turn on the AC in your vehicle, a computer tells the compressor to start pressurizing the refrigerant. The compressor rapidly pressurizes the refrigerant, which is going to raise the temperature of the refrigerant. From there, it flows to the condenser. As the refrigerant passes along the condenser tubes, a fan will blow outside air across the condenser to remove heat from the refrigerant. As the refrigerant cools, it condenses from a gas into a cold liquid. Next, the refrigerant moves on to the expansion valve or orifice tube, depending on the type of system. As it passes through the expansion valve or orifice tube, the refrigerant will expand into a mist, causing it to lose pressure and temperature before it gets to the evaporator. If you want to experience how this works for yourself, get an aerosol can and press down on the nozzle. As you release the contents of the can, you'll feel the can get colder and lose pressure. As a side note, AC systems with an expansion valve will have a receiver dryer. Systems with an orifice tube will have an accumulator. Both of these components have similar functions to remove contaminants and moisture from the system. In the last step of the process, the refrigerant moves on to the evaporator, also sometimes referred to as the evaporator core. As the refrigerant mist travels through the evaporator inside the dashboard, a blower motor pushes air across the evaporator's cold tubes. The cool air that results from this process is then pushed into the cabin through the vents, and voila, we have comfort. In the next video, we'll talk about some common failure points in AC systems and some sales opportunities for parts pros. I'm Josh Cable. Thanks for watching.